Hello and welcome. I'm Eric Price with LI-COR Biosciences. In this video, we'll show you how to troubleshoot your LI-3100C. The most common question we get with this instrument is that the numbers on the screen are continually increasing even though there is no leaf in the belts. There are two different approaches to this. The first is that if we turn our instrument on, you may see that the numbers on the screen increase, but at an inconsistent rate. Sometimes they may jump up a little bit, sometimes a lot, like this instrument is doing right now. So there are a few different reasons for that. The first, probably the most important, would be to make sure that the belts are clean. If the belts are dirty, then you may see this inconsistent continuous accumulation. Cleaning the belts is not very difficult. You only need to use water and maybe some soap. You shouldn't need to use any strong chemicals. You can clean the belts while they are on the instrument itself. We would recommend not letting the instrument run continuously like this, but turning the instrument off, cleaning one section of the belts that is exposed that you can access, turn it on a little bit to move the belts a little bit further, and clean that. You can clean it with a cloth or any sort of cotton or a paper towel even, and then soap and water, and the dirt and dust should come off. Cleaning the upper belt is fairly easy because you can access this entire section. Cleaning the lower belt is a little more difficult. You may need to clean only this section here or this section here, and then turn on the instrument just a little bit to rotate the belt to a new section and clean those as needed. If necessary, you may need to remove the entire belt from the instrument. We have a separate video on how to remove and replace belts. You may need to even soak those belts in soap and water mixture overnight to really get rid of any dirt or dust or pollen that may have accumulated. Generally, the outside of the belts get the most dirty because they make contact with the leaves. They get all the dust and dirt and pollen off of the leaves. But you may need to clean the insides of the belt too. The way to do that while the belts are still on the instrument would be to access them through this front panel here. You can reach your hand in and scrub the inside of both the upper and lower belts. Again, we would recommend leaving the instrument off when you do that, and then turn the instrument on just a little bit. Let the belts move to a new location, and then continue to clean that way. So that's how you would clean the belts. There's different ways you may need to do it. You may need to remove them from the instrument if there's significant buildup, but if not, you can just clean them while they are still on the instrument. One other reason that the instrument would show continuous accumulation like this is if your belts are lined up too closely together. Both the upper and lower belt have edges, and if those edges line up with each other, that can actually create a shadow. There's also a seam on the upper and lower belts, and if those two seams line up and move across the lamp at the same time, that can also create a shadow. So you may need to offset the belt slightly, offset the seams, so that those shadows don't line up. The other thing that you will need to do if you are seeing jumpy readings like this, you may need to recalibrate. We have a separate video on how to recalibrate your instrument. The second type of continuous accumulation would be something like this. The numbers are always going up. Even if you press the 0 button, they are continuously increasing. There are several different reasons why this may be the case. The first, maybe most obvious reason would be that the lamp is not turned on. So make sure that the lamp is turned on by pressing this button. If the lamp appears to be on, but you're still getting continuous accumulation readings, your lamp may be cold, and it may need to warm up for 5 to 10 minutes before getting an accurate reading. Sometimes the lamps just need to increase in temperature. The lamp itself also may have debris in it. There are small particulates inside the fluorescent bulb that may settle to the bottom of that bulb and cause continuous accumulation readings. So you may need to actually remove the lamp and move it around, maybe tilt the lamp so that all the debris falls to one side or the other, so that it's not shading the measurement. If you are unable to remove all the debris from the lamp, you may need to replace it at that point. You may also have continuous accumulation if there's an obstruction in the measurement pathway. So the light passes from the lamp through the belts and the leaf, presumably, down onto a mirror on the underside of the instrument. If that mirror is dirty or blocked for whatever reason, then you will get continuous accumulation readings. The light passes through there are actually two mirrors, gets routed back to the camera inside this housing. So you should check for any obstruction in the measurement pathway. It could even be packing peanuts from when we shipped the instrument to you, but you should check all of the mirrors, the measurement pathway itself, to make sure that there's nothing large physically obstructing that pathway. You can also clean the mirror with water and gentle detergent, soap. Nothing harsher than that, though. We would recommend maybe using a lens cleaner cloth specifically made for this type of cleaning. So the rest of the reasons why you may see a continuous accumulation would be inside this case. You may need to open it up to identify what's going on. Hopefully you found this video useful and interesting. As always, feel free to contact us or our local distributor in your area if you have any further questions.